Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So this morning, the energies have been really intense. I would say in a good way. We're going to be doing a ClairTarot reading really quick for starseeds. If you're not familiar with what a starseed is, and you find yourself on this live stream, you probably are a starseed. You probably are. So just a little heads up, I'm live both on YouTube and Facebook. If you are on Facebook, I'm going to behave myself. Facebook is not allowing me to see any visuals, meaning I can't see myself. I can't see your comments. There is a pinned link in the comments if you would like me to actually see what you're saying while I'm live. Please go to the YouTube link. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Oh, Jasmine, you got chills from that type 1 recessive. Yeah. There's different strains of indigo, and there's some that are more rare than others, and that type 1 is very much about service to humanity. So it's a very interesting information. Well, I can't explain too much because I keep confusing everything. Like, I know it, but then the terms, I don't want to give you the wrong terms. I'm horrible with terms. So hold on, you guys. I'm just going to shuffle. So again, this morning's energy is very empowering. Everyone's kind of feeling like fired up, like we're going to conquer the day. We're getting our power back, all that good stuff. So let's start pulling some cards. Okay. I'm just going to pull all the cards at once because it just creates a more flowy type of read when I pull all the cards at once. How are you guys feeling? Hi, Francis Hardy. Angela, yes, right? Isn't it so true? Yeah, Diane, I'm all over the place too. I came out of the bedroom and my husband was all intense. I don't know what he was really talking about. He was intense. I was like, look at you, all fired up. It's hella early in the morning. You're all sorts of fired up. I had to ask him to calm down, you know. Oh, that's awesome, Amy. You're feeling healing energy in your life. Healing energy is very good. Whenever I come live, maybe because you guys get me all excited. Let me just pop in a cough drop. All right. So, starseeds, card number 5, conscious connections. Now is the time where that divide that was being created between you and other people in your circle, that's going to be intensifying, okay? We have been experiencing various stages of like a spiritual mitosis. And you guys are probably like, what the hell does that even mean? Well, I mean, mitosis is mitosis. What it means is there's been like a pinching off that's been occurring, and this pinching off, it's like two polarities are formed, right? So some people will be on the left, some people will be on the right, and then there's a pressure that's occurring, and it's pinching off in the center to pull away. It's the process of creation. And so that's kind of what's happening. As you're looking straight forward and really trying to focus on where you're headed, there are others who are distracted with other things, and that's okay. It is not our job to force everyone to be on the same page as we are, because who's to say we're even on the right or the same? Okay, let them do their thing. You focus on your journey. No more expending energy on things that really aren't any of your concern or business. It's important that we release the need to feel as though we are superior because we know more, because we're more woke, because we're you know, we have other labels on us like Starseed, Indigo, Blu-ray, any of those. They're just labels. They don't mean anything. We're all shoulder to shoulder in this, okay? So, oh, Nemosine, card number 36, the past. I was not expecting you, boo-boo. All right. So there will be some starseeds who have participated in clearings from the past. These are very intense clearings, clear energy that very much false king of tyranny type of energy. These clearings led to massive galactic wars, okay? Those who participated in this, you're being activated again. It seems like there's some shit brewing. Okay, so now I'm getting some understanding. This feeling that I originally was like, this is lovely. I go live, encourage everyone. Fucking shit. This is the spiritual calm before a massive storm. A lot of shit's about to pop off. Damn it, Michael. You said just share the empowerment. Man. Card number 8, Red Garden. So the pale pink color across her eyes, that has a lot to do with extremely high frequencies. For those of us who participated in these clearings, those of us who are being called back to action, you don't need to fight anyone. Calm down, first off, okay? Calm down. This is not about fighting people. This is about recognizing you're being tasked to raise your energy, raise your frequency, okay? That band across her eyes, this is letting us know that we are going to be able to see through the bullshit, okay? We're going to be encouraged to see beyond what people are allowing us to see. We're going to see past the facade, the illusion. And that's okay. All you need is to be aware of what it is you need to see. You don't need to call anyone out. You don't need to start anything with anyone. You have to listen to the whispers of your heart. See the green parrot? That's your heart. Your heart's going to try and guide you through this period, okay? Now, understand. If you are going to try and correct everyone and try and force everyone to be on the same page as you, that not only comes from ego, that is part of the false king of tyranny matrix. That's what we exist within right now. That's a competitive matrix, not a co-creative. For you to assume you know more than someone else, that is in the category of parasitic, demonic behavior, okay? Don't fall for that. Do not fall for that. Even if you know for a fact you're right and the other person is wrong, allow them to think their own reality. That's their co-created reality. You keep on your lane and travel down your path. Don't waste your time with that, okay? There's going to be a lot of attempts to get you to waste your time on that kind of bicker. It's to drain you. It's to drain you. It's to piss you off and cause your frequency to dip. When your frequency dips, you are at risk of breach. That takes a lot of the energy from your auric shield. It thins your shield, and then something can breach. Understand what's being done to you, okay? Card number 22, she feels, she knows. This is exactly what I was just talking about. You want to get into verbal debates, arguments, whatever it is, you're beating yourself up. You're beating yourself up. You're totally allowing something else to take energy from you that should go towards you, towards empowering you. Truly empowered people don't need to put anyone else down. Okay? This is not about us comparing. This is not about us making sure everyone recognizes how right we are or how wrong they are. There's no right or wrong. There's only levels of understanding. And the higher your level of understanding, the more you'll understand no one else needs to agree with you. This is your own particular path. Okay? No one has to agree with you. You don't need outside confirmation, agreement, support, or any of that. A truth is a truth. If you believe it to be true, it's true, right? If someone were to try and argue with you that the sky is orange, it sometimes does get orange. If someone were to argue with you that the sky is green, are you going to waste your time and be like, no, it's blue, because and then explain it all? Or are you just going to be like, okay, sure, yes, that is green, huh? Okay. See what I'm saying? Card number 2, Aphrodite, romantic love. This has to do with a first wave of twin flames coming back together, reunifying. Some of you will be romantic, some of you won't. Hold on really quick. Don't try and shoehorn your connection with your twin into anything, okay? Just kind of let it develop into whatever it's supposed to be. Card number 17, Miss Sunshine. So this is an understanding that when there's a reunification that occurs, one of those two, the twins, one of those two will definitely be ready for it. They'll definitely like have an understanding of what's needing to be done, why there's a reunification taking place, while the other one is still upside down in their world. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. If you're the one that's upside down in your world, allow the other person to help you gain clarity and get yourself right side back up. If you're the one that's right side back up, be patient. Give them time to get their bearings, and they'll figure out. Just be quietly supportive for that time, okay? Let's see. And there it goes. Card number 23, defend to the end the worthwhile. Being called to action, being called to remember quite a bit, okay? And you don't have to remember this consciously, but you do have to allow much of that coding to come through. You have to use a lot of discernment, because there are those that believe themselves to be doing good, believe themselves to be serving humanity, and they're not. They're not. Oftentimes the ones that are doing this unknowingly, they're very much operating in ego. They tend to be the ones that speak a lot about their titles, affiliations, how much they've accomplished, all of that. Be careful of those. Okay, definitely be careful of those types of individuals who make you feel as though you don't know enough. You need to listen to them. They're right. They know more. I mean, we all got access to Google. We all got access to Google. If you're getting your information from Google, you don't know more. You just waste more time online trying to find things to make yourself sound more intelligent. And you can see through this. That's the whole point of this card. See through the bullshit. Everything that you need to know in this journey is already programmed within you. You just have to get out of your own way and allow that information to rise back up. That's it. That's all you have to do. Okay, and there will be other people who come across you, and these people will trigger the remembrance. That's all I am. People are like, you're a teacher, you're this and that. I had someone call me a guru, and I was like, please don't ever call me that again. Please don't. I'm nothing more than a trigger. I'm providing opportunities to trigger a remembrance of that soul memory to come back up to the surface. That's all I am. I'm just a trigger. So recognize that. Empower yourself. Allow yourself to recognize how freaking amazing you already are, how amazing you've always been. Card number 9, Garden. Oh, Saradwin. The fuck is your name, boo? Let's call her Winnie. Card number 9, Winnie, potential. You have tremendous potentiality. Whether you believe in yourself or not, it doesn't matter. Whether you believe in yourself or not, it does not matter. That potentiality is stored. It's there. And it takes your belief to access it, but your lack of belief in yourself does not diminish it. Okay? It's there. Absolutely there. Stop trying to convince yourself that you're new to this, you don't know enough, you just, you're somehow less than everyone else who do know the big terms. I can make up terms. I can absolutely make up terms. Does that make me more advanced than you? No, not at all. Not at all. Now, if God, if it's truly our parent, I would assume that this parent, spiritual parent, would love its children all the same. It wouldn't be the kind of parent that would be like, okay, that child, I really like that child. We're going to feed that child. That child, that one's annoying. We're not going to feed that one today. Maybe another day. We'll give more of the food to the other child that I like. Mm-mm. If that God presence truly is our parent, it's pretty safe to say that it would love all of its creations, all of its children, right? So we're all equal in this. We're just at varying stages of remembrance. Card number 50, the observer. Observe people's actions. Observe whether their words line up with their actions, which might not even line up with their energies. People have gotten so good at lying to others, lying to themselves. I mean, some people truly believe the really weird ass quasi realities that they tell themselves about, these stories that they make up in their minds. They really truly believe it. And I mean, do you need to correct them? No. But you need to discern what their role in your life is. If they're just meant to pass you by, let them pass by. Observe the behaviors, observe the energy, observe all of it, okay? Observe all of it. I'd like to think God is more than just the electrons in every atom. That would limit God to one specific thing. And being omnipotent, omnipresent, it would be safe to say God is beyond an atom. That God would be the part of K and part of Chi, phasing, fission, fusion, fission, fusion, fission, fusion, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, layered ring from which electrons and atoms are formed. But that's just my personal opinion. 9, what do you feel? Are you comparing apples to oranges? Are you comparing your new potentiality to your old, outdated way of being? Because you can't do both. They're two very different things. You can't do both and juggle both and still be distracted by the everyday 3D existence. Does that mean we ignore the fact that we need to work, earn a living wage? Because no one exists for free on this planet. If you're a human being, you don't exist for free. You have to pay. There's a cost. So what are you going to focus on? The past, the present, or some undetermined future? That's something only you can decide, okay? But think on that question carefully. If you focus on the past, yeah, you won't repeat it again because of the fact that you're stuck in the past. See that? If you focus on the future, that's undetermined. But if you focus on the present, you might get enough clarity to recognize every moment in your life from the past to the future is nothing more than a collection of present moments. Present moment, present moment, present moment, present moment, present moment, with a human mind creating a linear line of each moment chronologically, moment after moment after moment. So really, right now is past, present, and future all at once. that means you have the ability to shape your entire way of being right now. And that's all you can really do, because that's all there really is right now. So card number 18, Gula, healing. Are you choosing your healing, or is it being forced upon you? Because for starseeds, a lot of the work that we have to do requires centeredness. And if you have wound upon wound upon wound festering, creating inflammation, it's very difficult to be centered. Okay, that creates so much imbalance and toxicity. It's time for you to begin acknowledging your own wounds and choosing the methods of which you're going to heal those wounds yourself. No one's going to heal those for you. People can assist you, okay? But true healing is a self-healing journey. People who claim to be healers, not to take away from whatever gifts they're developing, but without your consent, without your permission, they can't do shit to you. They can't heal you. So at the end of the day, what's really happening is you're giving your power to someone else to do the very work that you can do for yourself. Okay? Decide for yourself what form of healing you need and put it into action. Card number 21, Tiny Triumphs. There you are, winning at life, yet still diminishing yourself to nothing more than a mousy joke. Starseeds, we got to stop that. We really got to stop that. And there's this thing that goes on in the spiritual community where when people witness you rising, increasing in your awareness and your potentiality, when the others recognizing the gravity of who and what you are, heaven forbid they work on themselves, they'll try and tear you down. That's why I'm not a part of the spiritual community. I don't identify with that at all. You don't need to participate in that shit. Okay? You recognize your greatness. It has nothing to do with anyone else. It has nothing to do with other people feeling small. That's their choice. So you don't go and hide who you are. You don't go and diminish yourself and try and shrink yourself down to make other people feel comfortable. If they can't stand the brightness of your shine, that's because their ass is so used to sitting in the darkness. Go back to your dark corner. Get the fuck out my light. Very simple. You are not a tiny little mouse. You are a greatness that is rediscovering itself. And for you to acknowledge that, that's not ego. That's not shitting on other people. And, you know, that's something I had to learn the hard way. A lot of people think that if you say, I'm amazing, that is then saying that they're not. No, has nothing to do with you. I'm talking about me. If I'm an amazing person, if I feel I'm an amazing person, then that's how I feel. Has nothing to do with you. And these are the people who will accuse you of being self-centered, full of yourself. Oh, you're just mad because I'm full of myself instead of being full of you and kissing your ass. Recognize that, okay, guys? Recognize that. You don't have to fit in. You don't have to shrink yourself. You can be exactly who you are. You can appreciate yourself as you are. And if people can't appreciate you appreciating yourself, they need to keep going. They need to just keep going. Their toes won't be stepped on if they weren't in your lane. That's the bottom line. You don't have to worry about stepping on other people's toes if you're staying within your lane. You're not tearing anyone else down. If their toes get stepped on because you're acknowledging the greatness of your lane, that means they have put their foot in front of you to trip you. They deserve to get their toes stepped on. So maybe they'll learn to keep it out of your lane, keep it in their own lane, okay? So at this point, I'm going to pull one last card. Ooh, okay, I'll pull one last card. Let's see what we get. This is going to be a message from that Starseed collective energy. All right. One more shuffle. Oh, well, whatever. Oh, that's very indicative. Card number 1, beyond death, life. Footprints lead to the shore of the sea. Beyond that point, no trace remains. This is a reunification. This is a reunification. Listen to that. Footprints lead to the shore of the sea. Beyond that point, no trace remains. We are being called to come back together as a starseed collective energy so that we can begin doing the work we came here to do. Whether you're part of the starseeds that are going to do this service for the rise of humanity through dark methods or do this service through methods of light, it's irrelevant. We're all starseeds. This is, see what I'm saying? Like the whole like hierarchy and trying to say one person is right or wrong, like each of us serve a purpose. Regardless of your intent, regardless of how you do it, each of us serves a purpose. At the end of the day, we come back together and we all go home. It doesn't matter what you believe. We all go home together, okay? I'm calling to you. Can you hear me? Listen. Within your heart, there I speak. My voice rings true. You are urged beyond what has been. The time has come. Lay it to rest now. This ending comes as grace to free you from all that you have known, for what you have known is now too small for your soul. Bear your uncertainty. I am certain enough for both of us. Allow me to show you the light that you are, that burns within you, blazing angel of heavenly purity. I will unveil you to yourself, undressing your ego, casting aside its layers, as tender as a lover, with unwavering attention upon the sacred body of light. You shall know yourself in truth, as pure, beyond all experience, untainted, ever innocent, as a pure vessel stripped bare, ready for the divine revelation, as light, as life, as love. The soul craves variety because it leads to wholeness, and wholeness leads to divine revelation. The purpose of the soul incarnating in this world in the first place is to realize its divinity through the sacred crucible of life. The older the soul, the closer it is to the realization of divine oneness, and the more powerful its determination to shed that which would constrain complete and conscious immersion into the divine presence. So here you are, an old soul at the edge of something you have known, at the cusp of an ending and a beginning. Perhaps you are already in surrender and falling in, or perhaps you are fearful and resisting as you greet your unknown destiny. Yet this moment is happening because your own divine soul has chosen for it to be this way, so that love may grow. There is no punishment in this ending, nor is there anything to fear. There may be pain, there may be grief and loss, there may be uncertainty and even insecurity, yet you have a heart big enough to bear such growing pains. Your heart is even big enough to receive the joy that's lying in wait for you as you stumble across her in the course of your clumsy, inspired travails into new life. You can scoop her up in your arms and spin her wildly about as she delights in your embrace, throwing her head back and laughing her vibrant, contagious laughter, filling you with exquisite ecstasy. Yes, you shall know the truth, the knowledge that the divine is with you, guiding every unfolding movement in your life journey. No matter how dark it may first appear, the divine is with you in unflinching generosity, with compassion, and with fierce passion for your blossoming into all that you are, all that you can be. So what must you do to receive this divine grace, this new life? You must be willing to face death. It may be that death has come to you in the form of a loss of a beloved one, a physical loss that takes you into the darkest despair or depths of your grieving heart. It may be death that comes to you in the ending of a financial or professional situation you once relied upon. It could also be in the sense that you don't really know who you are anymore. Old identities having shown themselves to be inadequate, inaccurate, mere ego mass too small for the great being that you're starting to suspect you may be. Your death may be a choice to let go, to take a step in a new direction, to move house, to end a relationship, to change career, or to step away from a religious or philosophical tradition, or a group or teacher. Your death may not feel as though it's come by choice at all. It may be a sickness that leaves you feeling helpless, a relationship or life circumstance changing when you wish with all your heart that it would not. Your transition through this death may be triggered by inner feeling that you cannot quite pin down. Nonetheless, it powerfully propels you away from what has been and towards untapped possibilities, perhaps even towards great confusion as you encounter life in a new way, feeling even somewhat unprepared and uncertain as to what may lie ahead of you now. How you deal with this grace, hidden though it may at first appear to be under the cloak of crisis, is up to you. You have enough spiritual intelligence to shift perspective and to choose, if you wish, to rest your inner gaze upon what lies beyond the death. Gaze instead upon the new life that's calling you. You're a beautiful, blazing soul having a human experience that defies explanation and opens you up to divinity. That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. So many of us are going to be experiencing some insanity. Let it. Just let it. If parts of you that you thought you knew have to experience a spiritual death so that you can usher in a spiritual rebirth, go for it. Definitely go for it. Don't be afraid of your greatness anymore. Don't be afraid of who you are, who you're really blossoming into. Okay, don't be afraid of the process. It's very, very common for mothers to experience some form of fear or anxiety before they give birth, no matter how many children they've had. And it's a process. It's messy. It's painful. It injures you. It creates wounds. Yet at the end of the process, all of that doesn't even matter, because the beauty that comes forward, like you're exhausted, but the feeling, the peaceful feeling once you're actually holding your child, it's amazing. There nothing compares to it, ever. Nothing could ever compare to that. And that's what you're doing right now. You're rebirthing yourself. You're allowing this mess that's occupying your mind and your space to help you rebirth that inner child. It's time for you to be the kind of parent that you just didn't have. It doesn't matter what kind of childhood you had, whether it was a nice one, a bad one, doesn't matter. All of us will have something we feel that our parent didn't do enough of, no matter how hard they tried or didn't try. And so you have to be that parent now. You have to understand the gravity of how much was done for you, whether you understood it or not. Everything that happened to you in this life has been to serve you and your growth. Okay? So keep growing, turn it around, full circle, start giving back. Okay? So I got to get going. Thank you guys for sharing this space with me. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live. Bye, guys.